Alright, hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Daniel here with another video. So today we're gonna be doing a review of the Ironheart show, of the first 3 episodes. Not really a review, just talking about it. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a review. I'll give my ratings at the end of it and everything. I have this being on because fuck, bro, my hair is a fucking mess. So I'm kind of just I'm kind of out of it right now. A lot of shit happening right now. So, anyways, we're gonna be smoking some more of that iced matcha. I kind of need this shit, bro. I'm fucking stressed, and I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not stressing, bro. This is just this is just my time, you know. Actually, before we light that, what we're gonna be drinking today is a Poppy summertime punch pop soda. A little bit of healthier option for soda if you want it. Only has 8 grams of sugar. You know, I mean, it's healthier. It's not the healthy. I mean, like any sugar. I mean, depending on how you eat and stuff, you know. But you know, it's gonna be a healthier option than soda. So we're gonna pour it in here. Look at that shit. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna put that shit on. Damn, it popped out. That's gonna be our drink for today. I got my notes right here of everything I recorded for the video, and we're just gonna light this up and, you know, have ourselves a little go at anyways. So my initial thoughts, it's pretty bad. Like, not gonna lie. I don't know about pretty bad. But definitely not that good. Riri's, it's nothing against the actor, but it's I'm sorry, like her facial expressions and everything just don't do it for me. Like, she looks weird. Like, to me, she doesn't look like the Riri from the comics. I don't know. Like, it's just, she looks weird to me. Like, so when she acts and she has to, like, really give a lot of emotions in a scene, like her crying face. I know no one has a good crying face in terms of, like, looking good, but goddamn, bro, it just doesn't. It's too distracting, if that makes sense. And nothing against. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, like, women shouldn't be in leads and all that shit. No, like, I don't mind, you know, female leads. Like, obviously, all I care about is a good story, and that's what I care about. So I'm not trying to be, like, misogynistic or anything, like, nothing like that, you know. I just feel like I have to get that disclaimer, because I feel like if you come out just, I'm not trying to hate, I'm really not. I wanted it to be good. I really do. I really wanted it to be good, because I don't want to watch something that's bad and I feel like I wasted my time, which I feel like I did. The writing's bad, the pacing's bad, wasted characters. Like, Eric Andre's character, his name is Slug, I believe. What did I have? Stewart, not Slug. Slug was someone else. Oh, Slug was a hacker. Yeah, more on them in a minute. Basically, like, I just feel like there's just so much wasted stuff here. I do like Joe. He is played by that guy that played the young Han Solo, whoever the actor is. He has an interesting vibe. You know, he's pretty much a fucking pushover at first, but then he kind of finds his fucking balls, and you know, then gets into all that. You know, and then he, like, you know, starts finding himself, I guess you could say. And then, but the premise of it so far is she got kicked out of MIT because she had no money, which doesn't make any sense. Like, okay, I'll get into that later. She got kicked out of MIT because she has no money, so she basically was doing homework and doing shit for other students across other colleges and shit. She was on a Stark grant, Tony Stark's grant. I think Peter also had that, I think, or something like that. Anyway, no, that's false. Anyways, yeah. So she got kicked out. Now she's moved back in with her mom. There's some tension there. We don't know why at first. It's explained later. But yeah, she's basically broke. Which I can understand being broke, but she can't even build a suit. And I'm like, you should be able to at least build a suit because you helped the Wakandans. You're telling me they didn't like sponsor you or give you like a fucking lab down there or something? I don't know, like, you know, a little something, like, you know, like, hey, come work for us, or hey, like, we want you to like lead something in America, like be like a lead design, like a lead engineer on something. I don't know, something like. I refuse to believe that they would just let her go. You know, I know maybe she thought, you know, I'm gonna be okay because I got this grant and all this other shit. But I don't know. It's just like, you're telling me you can't, like, you're like short on money and shit. You can't like hit up Shuri or Siri, Shuri, Zuri. I don't know how to, I don't know how to say her name. The fucking Queen of Wakanda. You tell me you can't hit her up after you like saved her and like helped her fight a fucking war. You're telling me you can't hit her up and be like, you know, this is what it is, you know, like, I'm gonna need a little help, you know. I'm sure, like, they're fucking wealthy as shit. I'm sure they'd be able to spare her some money. Anyways, besides that, so she ends up getting kicked out and everything, and ends up finding this crew of miscreants and thieves and shit, and they're led by this guy Hood. Real cool name. All he does is just wear a hood. I don't know. It just seems lame to me. He has a hood, but you don't meet him yet. But you meet this guy named John, which is like his cousin or something, I believe. Yeah, cousin. And you meet him, and he's like, you know, come here. You know, I know you know you're gonna keep getting put down and shit. Come work for us. You know, we'll get you what you want. And then basically that job turns out to be extortion to this one CEO lady that's a CEO of these underground tunnels that only like wealthy people can use, pretty much. So they make her sign over like part of her company and shit and give them all jobs and everything. But yeah, but that's when you find out that this Hood guy, he has powers from this cloak, basically. And it's magic, you know, but he's able to like curve bullets and turn invisible. I think that's it. But it's kind of like a parasite, because he has like these black veins. Like, I guess like the more he uses it, the more black veins he gets. So I'm not too familiar with the comics of that, so I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't know. However, so, you know, it's kind of weird. They got weird shit going on. They are criminals. And yeah, like, so Riri had no problem, you know, doing this shit. I don't know if she knew that they were gonna extort her or not, the CEO lady. That I didn't write down, if you know, so I should have written that down. Again, I was having trouble following because it was so boring. I'm sorry. Even the action scenes were boring. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. They weren't that interesting. Like, Hood has a couple good fights. But it's like, you see Riri fighting outside of her suit. Like, I know we've seen Iron Man fight outside of his suit, but that shit was just better. Like, I don't, like, we don't know her yet. Like, we want to see the Iron Heart suit, you know, even if it's not at, like, full capability, you know, just at least fighting a little bit more. It's like, and it's controlled by her AI dead friend, and it's just fucking, I'm gonna be honest, like, who fucking wrote this shit? Like, I'm sorry, it's just, it's way too complicated to have no substance, which makes, like, no sense. Like, it is, like, there's a lot jammed in, but it's like empty calories. Like, it's just not hitting, like, I don't know, it's just not that good, really, which sucks. But yeah, that's basically the premise of the first episode. I kind of just laid out the first episode. But at the end of the heist, basically, Riri gets caught because her AI friend, dead friend, got froze up when the security guard pulls a gun on them, and it, like, causes the AI to have a post-traumatic stress disorder. PTSD makes her have that because the real okay, so the AI is a brain scan from Riri's mind, and she was, like, thinking about her friend as she was doing that. So somehow her friend was able to, or that AI was able to take the form of her dead friend Natalie, and it has Natalie's traumas or Riri's traumas because it's her brain scan. Like, you know, it's weird, but yeah, she freezes up, which, I mean, you're an AI, I get it, you're a brain scan of a person, but you're still, like, an AI. Like, you shouldn't have those faults. I don't know. I mean, I guess that, like, I guess that's part of the character. I don't know, but it's just, like, not good. Like, I just don't like that. It's just dumb. I don't know. But anyway, let's see. So this is just, I wrote down some notes and shit. I got, like, two full pages of notes of everything. So Genius inventor Riri Williams returns to Chicago, where she meets Parker Robbins, aka the Hood. All right, that's the series description. That's so return from helping Wakanda. What does that entail for a relationship with them? That's what I wrote at the beginning, at the very beginning. She kept the suit, like, because she made a suit with Wakanda. So I don't know where that suit went, if that was the MIT, because she ends up getting kicked out of the MIT suit. That's why she needs an AI. Somehow they have, like, overwrite access of it, which I don't really agree with. Like, I feel like she's smart enough to, like, oh yeah, it's on there, but yeah, I took that shit off. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I don't know. There's some things I don't know about, or maybe I explained it, but just didn't explain it that good, and I just didn't care. That was my pre-episode thoughts. So the first episode, determined to complete her newest armored suit, Riri teams up with Parker Dobbins. So that was the episode description on Disney Plus. Weird start. It was a flashback of Riri with someone. At that point, you're not really sure who she is. Wants to continue Stark legacy, but so that's what she says. But any moment she gets to bash him, she does. So it's just like, I don't know. It is like victim mentality. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just really giving the white man bad, or the white man had this, and I get that. I know that's out there, but I'm just tired of it being like just like like they're not doing it from themselves. Like, they're just, I can't do this because, you know, the white man put me down. Like, no, like, people find a way. People of color find a way all the time. Show that shit instead of just like, you can go. I've known people for a fucking long ass time who've never ever said that, like, and they're a person of color. They're black, or they're Mexican, or or anything else. I've obviously been around them forever. I've never heard them like when they have struggles, when they have money problems, when they have feel like they're not getting a promotion. They don't. I've never heard them say, "Well, the white man," or like, well, this person because they're and then like, you know, kind of hinting at like the reason that they got this way or they have this or they got to this position is because they're white. I've in my like just my view and not my view, like just from my experience, that is what I've experienced. Nothing blaming something else. Like it's always this and but I'm gonna do it though. It's gonna take more than I thought, or it's gonna take a little longer than I thought, or I'm down right now, but I know I can do. I've never anyone just blame another race in my experience. I if that's something that's out there, hey, that's something to talk about too. But it just kind of getting tiresome that it's always there now. I don't, but to me that's just my opinion, because I would want a show that's kind of uplifting, and when they always have, to me, when you have that kind of viewpoint, like it just seems like an excuse not to get it or not to do it, or like I don't know, like to me that's just not a good description of the struggle. And I just never liked that argument. It just comes off as an excuse, like, yeah, the world's fucked up, the world's unfair. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. But what we can do is work our asses off to try and change it, but not complain. That's not changing nothing. Complaining is not changing anything, in my opinion. It's buckling down, doing it. You can have an opinion, you can voice your opinion, but there's a way to go about that. And I just don't really like the ways that they're going about it here. She turns to a life of crime just because she feels like she won't be able to do it anywhere else. Like, and what does that say about people of color? Like, that when things get hard, all they do is just go to violence and theft? Like, what? I don't think that's a good representation of anyone, let alone a person of color. But I'll be damned, But yeah, so I kind of already explained the first episode and shit. Her best friend Natalie, that died. She had a dad named Gus. That was her stepdad, Riri's stepdad. And Natalie has a brother named Xavier that Riri seems to have something with, which is, I know they're step siblings, but it's still weird. That's all I'm saying. So, or like, I think that was step. Yeah, if that is, like, that's just fucking weird. But yeah, she definitely has not dealt with her friend's death. It seems like it was a really long time ago. Not like, I mean, okay, that came out wrong. I don't mean it like that. It's just, I think it would have been I get it, like, I mean, I get, it takes everyone different to get over a death, but it just, in the show, it seems like it happened like yesterday. Like, she's having major panic, anxiety attack, panic breakdowns, like it just happened. And maybe seeing her, I guess seeing her friend, obviously talking to her like she's real, like the AI, because the AI pops out, it's like a human person basically just can't interact with anything in the world that's not electronic. I get that, that might be very traumatic, but like even before then, even before the AI came, like the Xavier, her brother, made Riri a mixtape, and then he put her voice in it, and she did like anxiety attack breakdown, and maybe she just hadn't heard her voice since the that night passing, and I get it, that's a traumatic experience. I'm not expecting her to just get over it. That could always be a focal point of hers, which is fine, but it just, to me, it's kind of forced into it, like acting like she's like just gone years without dealing with it. I mean, I know that happens though. It's just, for a story, I don't think it's that good. I know this happens in real life and shit, but it's a comic story. Like, I it just wasn't doing it for me. You know, I could be wrong. I mean, I have more. I did the second episode and the third episode. Like, yeah, Riri New AI just dredges up painful memories ahead of her first heist with Parker and his crew. The episode name is "Will the Real Natalie Please Stand Up?" Because, you know, obviously it's a fake one. So, so to finish her suit, Riri threatens Joe. That's the guy that I said, Han Solo. But jail time, Joe is a lame ass dude. That's right. That's what I was saying. He was lame as fuck. This guy has no spine, but he gets it towards the end. You know, I appreciate that. You know, we want some character development and shit. We like that. Yeah. I don't know. I wrote some shit here. Hood shoots a guy. Oh, that got caught by security. Yeah. Episode 3. He endangered girl. Clown is. I don't know. It just. Like, honestly, I don't even feel like explaining this shit. This shit was ass, bro. Third episode was probably the worst one. Even though that was like that high, I don't know, that last heist that they did on that episode, I just didn't give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I just did not like that. It was just lame. I really want to like this show. I really do. It's just not doing it for me. I don't know. I really hope it has a good. It only has 3 more episodes. It's a 6 episode. Or 5. 3 or 5. Sorry, 3 episodes. I'm gonna say 3. I'm pretty sure it's 6 episodes left. 3 episodes left. I don't know. Like, I don't know how they're gonna really land it in 3 episodes. I really hope they do, though. You know, I'm gonna keep watching it every week, and I'm hoping for the best. You know, I really am. We find out in episode 3 that Joe, the guy that she was stealing from, is Obadiah Stane's son. A lie was told about Obadiah's death. We learned that. He died in a plane crash, but we all know that he died trying to kill Tony Stark. Joe doesn't seem to have, he seems to have a lot of resentment towards his dad. He had him in a fucking bag, his ashes. That really drops. Like, this show ain't funny at all, bro. Like, I did not laugh, but that was kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie. That made me chuckle a little bit. Real name is Ezekiel, Joe's name. Last job, Riri trying to get a piece of the hood. So Joe lends her a piece of tech. She ends up losing that tech that could be traced back to Joe or Ezekiel, which he made her promise not to do. Like, he's just like, I don't want to get into this, so it's gonna end up leading back to him, and she ended up she ends up having a panic attack about all of that shit. So yeah, that was basically the 3rd episode. Really not that interesting. The flashback, scenes aren't doing it for me either. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this now, though. It's getting really hot out here. I'm fucking tired. But yeah, this shit has been interesting. I'm really hoping for the best, though. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this was fun. I'll keep trying to do these reviews and shit. A little smoke, a little review. But I'll see you guys later. See you in the next one. Peace.